This video right here is gonna get a little bit deep, but my significant other Monique and my therapist at my monthly programming suggested I should do this not only so I could vent, but to give our viewers like a little bit more of an insight into why things are the way they are, I guess. But like, all right, so I'm gonna do a timeline of some of my earliest memories and diagnoses and how it all played out. So like 1993, I was 3, but I don't remember this, but my mom and my biological dad, they separated. And when they did, this is damn fly down here in the basement. They separated, and when I was 4, a year later, she met my stepdad, Ralph. Rest in peace to him. I loved him very much. He was a father figure to me, and he helped raise me. When they met, at this time they were young, they were partying a lot every weekend, so I got a new, a babysitter. My earliest memory, I was 4, and this chick, I had cracked my head, and her friend were watching me, and I'll never forget that moment. It felt like I came into my consciousness. Like, it's hard to explain, but it felt like from that point forward, I realized that I'm conscious and can make choices and whatnot. And I just remember this long landline phone and these 2 teenage girls freaking out, trying to flip through the yellow pages in the phone book to get the bar's phone number so they could call and let my parents know. Well, a couple years go by, I'm about 6. We lived on Chestnut on the east side. And we had this family that lived next to us who was real close with my mom, but they had 4 kids, a son and 3 daughters. They were all preteens and teens. The one girl, she would watch me. They all got, paid and would rotate to babysit. But she had some things going on that at that time nobody knew with her mom's boyfriend. So she kind of started projecting that stuff onto me, and we were doing some grown-up things at that time. It was to the point where she would wear a skirt and she would watch my mom pull out and say, okay, lay down right here. And that would happen, plus a lot more that I'm not going to get into because it's way too graphic and I don't want to get this video flagged. Plus, I don't want to trigger nobody, but you can use your imagination. There really wasn't nothing that we didn't do. I'll put it that way. And it got to the point where I actually liked it and I looked forward to it, to where when she was babysitting me, my body would vibrate. Like, my body recognized that I was going to get that feeling again. It's crazy for a kid, but it's how it was. Fast forward a couple years, I'm like 9, and me and this girl my age decided to do the same stuff, and we got caught, we got in trouble, we got our asses beat, had to go to counseling. Then it came out from her mom telling my mom that she also had things happening, which now as an adult got me thinking, like, what is wrong with humanity, with people? There's some evil, sick people. And that's why when I was in the joint, I treated ex-offenders the way I did. So anyways, my mom ends up moving us to Newton Falls, which is like a city next to Warren. And it's completely different. It's not like hood and ghetto. It's like more well put together. They got like 1,500 people. Well, I'm living out there. I had to readjust. When I was about 14, I got curious about girls, smoking and drinking and doing partying and whatnot, different substances. So we're at a house party, and there was a 16-year-old girl there that I guess she thought I was cute, and all my friends made a joke that I was a virgin. So she literally talked me into going in the room and like claiming that pretty much, which I wanted to do, but I was like nervous. So that happened, and then actually it happened twice that night, because the second time then I really wanted to, and I kind of like came out of my shell, and I didn't care from that point forward. I was just with it. Like, I was ready to talk to other females, whatever. So fast forward like a year, now I'm like experimenting with different substances and trying to mash the gas in my life, you know, jump off the porch, whatever you want to call it. But my little brother got sick. I was about 15, he was 6, and he died. Rest in peace to him, Jared. My real brother, he died. And so me and my other brother, Vinny, who I'm still close with to this day, thankfully, because now I know what it's like and you could lose loved ones. But when this happened, you know, we were all distraught, but I kind of just crashed out, y'all. Like, I lost it. That was the year that I quit wanting to go to school. I was fighting a lot. I was an angry kid. I bought my first pew. You know, I got curious about all that. I went to juvie for the first time. I ended up going to a mental institution, got diagnosed bipolar 2 and ADHD. They told me, whatever, I had all this stuff going on. But I also started just not caring, and I was curious about like the organizational world. And this is the precursor to the things that I was a part of as an adult and in the prison system, the organization. But this was like the prequel to that. We had our own little clique called Eastside Boys. We had about like 10 of them at our school in our city, which was like little teenage gangs. And you know, I'm not gonna go too far into that, but it's just whatever, same thing it is in any other city where we thought we was the shit. We were constantly fighting, but I like the brotherhood and the camaraderie of that, and the family. We would share clothes, share money, females, do things together, fight together, protect each other, you know, everything. Combination of white dudes, black dudes, like none of that mattered. We was just, you know, that's what we had going on. But I didn't realize that that was gonna turn into so much more at that time. So as time goes on, things get more serious. Like 2009, I almost got unalived, and I'll never forget this because there was a fight and somebody tried to unalive somebody else, and I remember time slowing down. I know what the things looked like coming out of the pew, you know, and it was like they was whizzing past me, the way it sounded, the way I felt running, thinking I was gonna die, hid behind a house. It got hit a couple times. Like, I'll just never forget that night. Then there was another, these are the few things I'm comfortable talking about, the ones that ain't so bad, but there was some really, really bad things that ended up happening that I just wish you could go back in time to not be around or involved, but it is what it is. It's a part of our story. Another time I was at a house party and someone rode by and did that, and it sounded like rocks hitting the house. And then when me and Monique, about 2013, I was like 23, we were living in the government housing. They gave us the Warren Heights, and somebody unalived somebody like 30 feet behind our house. And not only did we hear it sound like thunder, but I'll never forget like coming outside and them having like the crime scene tape and telling us to stay away because they had everything covered up and dudes just laying back there. It was just not cool. Well, all that's going on. We have our first kid. They give Monique a bunch of pills. We didn't know we were drug addicts, but we was, because as soon as I tried some of those pills with her, it changed our whole life. I did a bunch of things to get money, like crimes and stupid shit, stick up shit, whatever. I ended up going to prison, and while I was in there, I tried to unalive myself. They said they diagnosed me with depression, whatever. I came home, got to explaining all this to my new therapist, and she diagnosed me with PTSD because I showed her footage from our bedroom security cameras of me having night terrors, which Monique has to calm me down, but I'll wake up sweating and freaking out, confused, not knowing where I'm at. We actually had a couple of those videos go viral on Facebook, getting a couple 100,000 views, which was crazy. But after I explained to her that I'm like scared to get in the car, I think we might crash, go to work, I'm afraid something might happen, having these like delusions that about Monique that probably ain't true, thinking somebody's gonna try to do something to me or my family, locking the windows and the doors. She said I might even have PPD, which is paranoid personality disorder, which is like a spin-off of PTSD, I guess. I don't know, this is crazy, but I don't know if it's true, all these diagnoses is, but I'm gonna get it together. I know that.